everyone, my name is Kate. Welcome back to my wondernetting channel, and today we have an interesting video. We're gonna compare crocheting and knitting. I came up with this idea because you asked me to make a tutorial on a vest which I knitted in this tutorial, but make a crochet version of this vest. The same vest but only in crochet version. Anyway, we'll see what's faster, crocheting or knitting. We'll compare how much yarn will take two identical vests, and we'll decide what's better, crocheting or knitting. I can't say what I like more, crocheting or knitting. I think I like them equally, but now I prefer more crocheting because most of you like crocheting too. By the way, in my hands, lip gloss, Clarins Natural Lip Perfector. It's my second lip gloss from Clarins and I like its smell, I like how it looks like on my lips, so I recommend it. So today I will make exactly the same two tops, crocheted and knitted, like I did in this tutorial, but today I will show you detailed step-by-step tutorial how to crochet this vest. And at the end I will wait for your opinion which one is better. But right now in the comments you can write what do you like more, crocheting or knitting. Also don't forget to subscribe to my channel, to my Instagram, and check out my Etsy. There you will find a lot of interesting patterns. To make the comparison fair, I bought two identical packs of yarn in beautiful pastel shades because I want to make my tops striped. Look at this yarn. How beautiful it is. Actually, it's from Hobby. I like Hobby, so this is my one identical with the second pack. I think with one pack you can make 2 or 3 whole tops. The link to the yarn will be in the description of the video. Since I will need the same top as from my knitted tutorial, I will use the same size of the hook, 6 millimeters, the same size of the needle, 6 millimeters, also the same number of stitches, the same number of rows. In general, everything is the same. The only difference is the stitch, because in crocheting we have a lot of stitches like single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet, treble crochet, slip stitch, but in knitting we have almost nothing. So I'm gonna use single crochet, but maybe central single crochet, but I'll see how this hook size and this yarn will be good with central single crochet. To compare how much yarn will take one top, I will use one pack for crochet top and one pack for knit top. Also we'll need sewing buttons like these cuties, 4 pieces, 2 for crochet top and 2 for knit top. Also we'll need scissors, markers, needle, regular needle and regular thread to sew the buttons. Actually, this pack of yarn is so big, so we can freely use the colors only in this line or maybe in this line, but let's take them all. In one skein, in 50 grams, 75 meters, it's size 3 light yarn, and this is 100% cotton. So let's get started. It's very interesting to see how it will turn out. So for one crochet vest you will need 6 skeins of yarn if it will be monochrome. Also hook 6 millimeters, buttons, markers, scissors, needle for sewing, regular needle and thread. I don't know what color to start with, this side or that side, all colors are so beautiful. New yarn always smells so good, and I decided to crochet starting with green and go into the lightest color. I'll crochet 2 rows in each color. The yarn has a very good thickness, it's perfect for summer tops. Also, each skein has a label that leads to the middle of the yarn, it's incredibly handy. I think everyone had that pain when you try to find the end of the yarn in the middle, but it doesn't work and you pull out just a ball of yarn that can't be untangled. So let's start with chain of 33, it's for one front part. Insert the hook into the second loop from the hook, the one on the hook doesn't count, and make a single crochet, grab the yarn, pull it out, and crochet 2 loops on the hook. Then insert the hook into the next loop and make single crochet again. Crochet with single crochet until the end of the chain. The first row looks like this and it's about 22 centimeters. At the end, chain 1, turn your work, insert the hook into the first stitch and make a single crochet, and crochet with single crochet until the end of the row. At all, you need to crochet 40 rows, 2 rows in each color. My last stitch in this row, and let's join the colors. Just cut the yarn, take a new color and make knot with new yarn around the previous color. Then with previous yarn, make a knot around new color. Then tighten 2 yarns together and cut the ends. And then continue crocheting with new color. The knots won't be visible so much because they are on the side and they will hide when we join all parts together. I'll show you one more time how we join new color. Cut the yarn and make a knot around previous yarn, then make a knot around new yarn and then tighten 2 yarns together and cut the ends. So I've made the bottom color line and this is how it looks like. I don't know, but I like this yarn because it's so soft and a really good thickness. It gives marine vibe, very beautiful blue and green colors. And now I'm gonna start to adding the top line of colors. And this is what all colors in the pack look like together. Very beautiful and saturated colors, and the single crochet with them looks adorable. This is all my 40 rows and it has such a hypnotic effect. As you can see on the sides, the knots are almost invisible. The height of 40 rows is 23.5 centimeters and the width is 21.5 centimeters. Row 41, we're gonna start with decrease. Insert the hook into the first stitch, grab the yarn, pull it out. Insert the hook into the second stitch, grab the yarn, pull it out. You have 3 loops on the hook, and then grab the yarn and crochet all 3 loops together. It's a decrease and we will make it at the beginning of the row and at the end of the row. So crochet with single crochet until you have left 2 uncrocheted stitches. And with 2 last stitches, make decrease again. Then chain 1, turn your work, put a marker on your first row with decrease to not lose it. And the row 42 we're gonna make without decreases, just single crochet. So we will alternate rows with decreases and rows without decreases. Row 43 make with decrease again at the beginning of the row and at the end of the row. Crochet like this, alternating rows with decreases and rows without decreases until the row 53. So at all I made 12 rows and only 6 decreases, and right now we're gonna continue making decreases but only from the one side. And this is the side where you join the colors. Use the marker to guide you on which side you should make decreases. So from row 53 till row 65 make decrease from one side only, alternating rows with decreases and without it. So this is how it should look like. We continued making decreases from one side only and stopped doing this from the other side. And I have left only 13 stitches. The width is 8.5 centimeters. And now make 4 more rows or more, just without decreases. At the end, chain 1, leave a longer tip and cut the yarn, pull out the loop. So the height of the front part is 32.5 centimeters. The second front part make the same way, they are the same, we'll just flip the other side like this. I finished all my parts and this is how much yarn I have left, not so much, but I think for like one crop top will be enough. This is one front part, second front part. The back part is the same as the front parts but twice wider and without neckline, of course. I did decreases, 13 decreases, as I did on the front part, from both sides I mean. Then I crocheted 4 rows without decreases. This is how it looks like. The yarn is perfect for single crochet stitch. I just look at these colors and my mood is rising up. And all we have left to do is to sew all parts on the shoulders and on the sides. I'm gonna join all parts with slip stitches on the shoulders, on the sides, but maybe I think I need to make edging on the sleeve part because I don't like how the stitches looks like on the sides, especially when I join the new color. So let's join and I'm gonna start making the second top. So for the back part, just make a chain of 65 and then crochet everything as we did on the front part, just without a neckline. To join all parts together, you can use only one color, but if you want to make it like almost invisible, join the colors like we did on the rows. I'm gonna join all parts together with slip stitch, so insert the hook into the first stitches on the shoulders, grab the yarn, pull it out, and crochet 1 loop on the hook. Then insert the hook into the next stitches and make slip stitch. Crochet first loop into the second one, and then crochet like this until the end of the shoulder. At the end, make chain 1 and cut the yarn. On other shoulder, crochet the same way and the sides join with slip stitches too. On the sides I want to go difficult way, so I'm gonna join each color. Join it until the row 40. And the seam should look like this. Now I'm going to knit the same size, 6 millimeters, and as I said before, if you want to try to knit this top, you can check my tutorial Knit Vest, and there I show you step-by-step knit tutorial how to knit the top. Knitting for me is faster than crocheting, and as a child my mother and grandma taught me to knit in a certain way, without the yarn over on the needle. I don't know what is the name of this method of knitting, if honestly, because I've seen many bloggers who knit in a completely different way, and their way seems much more complicated. So knitting seems to be more faster than crocheting, and most likely the yarn consumption will be much less than with crocheting. Even now I can see that this work looks more lighter and like airy than crochet one. This is how the knit version looks like. The height is 37 centimeters and the width is 22 centimeters. The knitted version looks much smaller than the crocheted version, and the crochet version is stiffer, the knitted version is more softer. Also, two front parts with knitted version you need to make a little different way, because the wrong side is not looks like the front side. And all pieces I joined with UV needle. This is what the back of two tops look like. As you can see, the crochet one doesn't even need to be steamed or blocked because it already looks good, but the knitted one needs to be steamed or blocked so that all the loops become even and beautiful. And the front parts look like this. As I said before, the knitted version is much softer. So I finished two tops and I really like them both, and I don't know how to choose. Let's start with pros about knitting and cons about crochet. And the main pro for me is speed. You'll spend much less time with knitting than with crocheting. To give you an example, I timed it and it took me 2 minutes for one row of 64 loops when crocheting. I don't crochet super fast, but I don't crochet slowly either. And when I'm knitting with needles, 64 loops took me only 1 minute. So with needles you will knit twice as fast as with crochet hook. So if you're going to make large work such as a sweater or maybe dress, it's better to choose knitting. So the first plus with knitting is speed. The second plus is yarn consumption. Let's measure how much yarn I have left with knitting and with crocheting, and we'll see what's the weight of the tops. And we will measure it with these old scales. Don't laugh, please. I have a regular smart scales, so I asked the mistress of this house and she gave me these scales. Hopefully it will show us correctly the weight. But in fact, even the untrained eye can see that knitting took much less yarn. So the weight of the remaining yarn with knitting is about 350 grams. So the vest is 150 grams. So to knit the vest you will need only 3 skeins of yarn in 50 grams, 75 meters. With crocheting you'll have left only 200 grams, so the top is 300 grams. So to crochet a vest you will need 6 skeins of yarn in 50 grams, 75 meters. I will remind you that I use the same number of hook and the same number of needles, 6 millimeters. The same number of rows and the same number of stitches. Yarn consumption pro goes to knitting and minus to crochet. And now let's talk about subjective criteria. It's look of the product. In terms of a look, I like knitting more because it looks more light, airy and casual, as if I bought it from the store. But at the same time, crocheting looks more interesting because of the stitches. But still my preference here I will give to the needles. And you write your opinion in the comments, what do you like more, just by the look. And let's talk about obvious advantages about crocheting. It's reliability of crocheting. What I mean is, if you made a mistake when you crocheting, you can safely dissolve a couple of rows and remake them again. If you are knitting with needles, you can't do it that easily. You have to be as careful as possible not to lose any loops when you undoing your rows. I also don't really like the edge loops when you are knitting. That's subjective too, but they don't look good. Another pros of favor in crocheting is that it's more versatile. For example, the edges of the vest without edging turn out like this. I would additionally make single crochet over the edge. That's exactly what I would do on a knitted vest. I don't like the edges here, especially where the colors are joined, so I would crochet them with crochet hook. Also, when you join all parts together, it's more convenient to join them with a hook than with a regular needle, for example. So this pro goes to the crochet. I guess that's all what I wanted to note. Maybe I forgot something, please write me in the comments what pros and cons you found for yourself. At the conclusion, I want to say that I will keep the knitted version of the top. Because I just visually like it more. For the summer it's perfect, because the fabric is not so dense as with crochet. Maybe I will add a crochet edging, and I think to add sleeves to make like cardigan maybe. The knit version with sleeves I will show in my Instagram, so subscribe. And I'm waiting for your opinion in the comments. Write me, what do you like more, knitted version or crochet version? Don't forget to check out my knit tutorial on this vest. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one. Bye, cuties! They are both beautiful, but the vibe a little different. I don't know how to explain it, but I hope you understand what I mean and you can see it.